Imagine walking into a room where your biggest competition is waiting for you. Your heart's racing, you sizing them up, and your insecurities are secretly continuing to grow. You look closer, and they're wearing your face. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Jada. I play, I coach, and I deeply am in love with the game of basketball. But this channel isn't just about basketball. It's about everything that the game has taught me. Some of the values I hold closest to my heart are discipline, resilience, leadership, and showing up when I don't feel like it. This was all learned through countless years of bouncing in orange basketball. The game honestly didn't teach me how to become a better player. It taught me how to be a better leader, a better servant, a better teacher, and it's still teaching me every single day. So if you love basketball and you're trying to become a better version of yourself, need a little motivation, or you just want to have real conversations about life through the lens of sports, then you're in the right place. Now with that being said, let's get into the video. What if your biggest competition was you? We live in a generation where comparison is the thief of joy. We compare followers, offers, highlights, achievements, timeline. We're constantly looking left and looking right, trying to figure out where we measure up. Here's what I've learned. Comparison steals your focus. Self-evaluation cannot be the same or equivalent to comparison. Self-evaluation is taking a look at yourself, staying in your own lane, and faithfully running your own race. Asking yourself more so, am I becoming better than the person that I was yesterday? Rather than asking, is this person better than me? Am I better than someone else? There are always two versions of yourself that are fighting for control. The old you and the new you. There's a version that may choose comfort and a version that may require some growth. A version that may make some excuses and a version that takes care of their responsibilities. The version that quit when things get hard and the version that knows how to push through because they know their why. So let me ask you this question. If you're completely honest with yourself, which version is winning? Truth is, growth isn't comfortable. Whenever you step into a new season of life, the old version of you has to die. So the new version of you can grow. That means choosing discipline over distraction, purpose over popularity, obedience over convenience. And yes, it's scary. Fear is something that everyone knows about, right? We've all experienced it. Sometimes fear reminds you of every mistake that you've ever made in your life. Sometimes it whispers that you're not qualified. Sometimes it may convince you to just wait until you're ready. But here's the thing. Fear is an illusion. It speaks loudly, but it doesn't always tell the truth. Faith does. One of my favorite reminders is that God does not call who is qualified all the time, but he qualifies the people that he calls. That means there will be moments in your life where you'll feel unprepared, you'll feel underqualified, and you'll feel unsure of yourself. But if God has called you to it, he'll equip you for it. Your job isn't to have everything figured out, but it's to just simply say yes sometimes. Yes, I'll step up and be the captain of a team. Yes, I'll step up and be the first in the drill. Yes, I'll do my homework when I'm supposed to. The rest of the stuff happens through the process. Remember, muscles do not grow without resistance. So the same way that you may build your physique has to be the same way you build your mentality. Every workout that you ever do challenges your body so it can grow your body. Your faith works the same way. Your character works the same way. You don't become mentally stronger by overcoming easy things or avoiding hard things. You actually become stronger because you face it. Your faith is always going to mature through trials. Your character develops during challenges. And just remember, if it were easy, everybody would do it. But man, growth costs something. When I look back over my basketball journey as a collegiate athlete, playing against pros, I realized that my greatest victory wasn't winning championships. It wasn't beating an undefeated team. It wasn't getting an upset. It was about overcoming myself. It wasn't about proving people wrong. It was literally about overcoming who I am every single day so that when I step on the floor or the hardwood with them, I was ready for anything that they could throw at me. I overcame myself because the days that I wanted to quit, I didn't. The days that I doubted myself, I showed up anyway. That's literally what changed me. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Transformation always is going to start with your mind. Every time you spend with God, every time you read something that helps you to grow, every time you listen to something or feel something that lifts your spirit up instead of draining you, you're renewing your mind. You're becoming somebody different. Here's something that I noticed growing up in high school. Your mind can only focus on one thing at once. It can either focus on something positive or something negative. You can't think I'm ugly and I'm cute at the same time. Try it. You see? If you constantly feed yourself negativity, comparison, insecurity, doubt, that's what's going to grow in your mind. But if you intentionally feed it truth, faith, gratitude, discipline, resilience, that's exactly what begins to shape your life. Maybe you grew up with people who didn't constantly encourage you. Maybe you've been underestimated, overlooked. Maybe you've been criticized more than you've been celebrated. But you have to remember that nobody's coming to save you. And you have to be your biggest encourager. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. Not because you're pretending that everything is perfect, but you're choosing to remember what God said about you, not what your fear said. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." That's the mindset we're called to carry. So as you think about this question, what if you were your biggest competition? Remember this. Life isn't about comparing yourself to every single soul in the world. It's physically impossible. It's about evaluating you honestly. It's not about how quickly you arrive. It's about faithfully becoming the person that you were meant to be every single day of your life. Every single day, again, the old you and the new you are constantly competing. Feed the version that you are praying and that you are prying to become. Don't spend all your energy worrying about 5 years from now. Shrink your finish line. Focus on today's habits, today's workout, today's prayer, today's effort, today's discipline. Small, consistent wins will always help you to obtain a life that you want to live. Fear will always knock on your door. I never said it wouldn't exist, but it's your job to make sure it doesn't prosper. Resistance isn't punishment, it's preparation. Challenges are not intended to stop you. They're there to change you, and they're there to shape you into the person you're supposed to become. Stop defeating yourself with your negative thoughts. And remember, it's you versus you, baby. Can you become a better teammate today? Can you communicate better? Can you encourage somebody else? Can you lead with more humility? Can you honor the vision that you have placed on your heart? That's the competition that matters. Because the greatest victory that you'll ever accomplish in life is becoming who you were created to be. If this message spoke to you, I'd love for you to join me on this journey. Leave a comment and tell me one area where you're choosing growth over comfort. If you love basketball, faith, personal development, and becoming the best version of yourself, make sure you subscribe, because this is what this community is actually or exactly about. And remember, every time that you step on the floor and every time you step in life, it's not you versus them, it's you versus you. I'll see you in the next video.